This morning, the fight against fentanyl is ramping up. More and more states are increasing the penalties for distributing the dangerous drug, which has killed tens of thousands of Americans last year and remains the #1 killer of people ages 18 to 45.
This is no doubt a crisis. It's the best use of the word, really. In Texas, Governor Greg Abbott signed off on a new bill. It allows law enforcement to prosecute fentanyl-related deaths as murder. It could be considered one of the toughest laws on the books. Stephanie Haynes joining us live from Dallas to explain exactly how that works. So they're going to go after those who traffic the drug dealers, or someone who would give this drug to someone who passed away because of an overdose.
Yeah. Marky and Adrienne, that is exactly what Texas officials want this law to do, and they believe it will save lives and at the very least give these grieving families some sense of justice. You know, in Texas alone, just last year, fentanyl killed more than 2,000 people, and that averages about 5 deaths a day. So Governor Abbott was surrounded by these families that have been impacted by this crisis when he signed a series of bills into law, one of which classifies fentanyl deaths as poisonings instead of overdoses. And if the use of the drug results in a death, the law allows prosecutors to seek a murder charge for those who knowingly supply and distribute it, which could carry anywhere from 5 years to life in prison. This is especially key for families who lose a loved one who did not know that what they were taking was laced with fentanyl.
It's important for me to point out that Tucker wasn't offered fentanyl. He was offered a Xanax. And in January of 2021, as an 18-year-old boy, that's what he thought he was taking. If I had the knowledge and wisdom I do now, I would have educated my son about this potent, highly addictive, lethal poison.
Leaders across the country are trying everything they can do to fight this crisis. Federal legislation was introduced in the U.S. Senate this year. Virginia passed a law earlier that classifies fentanyl as a weapon of terrorism. However, similar efforts have failed in California and New Mexico, and critics believe these harsher penalties will scare people away from seeking help, and they instead want the focus to be on addiction treatment. Attorneys say the impact of this new law in Texas still remains to be seen.
The legislature in Texas was of the belief that that would discourage people from selling drugs. Hopefully it will. Whether it will empirically, time will tell. We'll have to see how the data presents after some time.
And Adrienne, I can tell you there is already a case that is playing out in Central Texas when just last month, an 18-year-old was arrested on a charge of felony murder for allegedly giving a lethal dose of fentanyl to a 15-year-old boy who died. Adrienne.
All right, Stephanie, this is such a sad story across the country. Too relatable for so many families. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.